Welcome to Rack of the Week number 208. It's an even numbered Rack of the Week, so we're doing straight pool today. I just got back from Las Vegas, played in the Predator 10-ball event. I did a live stream on Friday night, and Little Chris was my guest host. We had a really interesting conversation, talked all about it. You can see timestamps of the different topics on your screen right now. I'll put a link to that live stream in the description of this video. Check it out. But for now, let's get into the rack. This is a rack from a run a few weeks ago. I haven't been playing a lot of straight pool. I've been playing 10-ball and a lot of practice routines. But I did manage to play straight pool a couple of times. As you can tell, I got a pretty good angle on this break shot. Got an inside angle. This is a Jason Shaw break shot. It's nice and high at the top of the rack. And I'm going to hit this with some force. Keep the cue ball on the tangent line with probably, just a straight high ball. You can see how that makes the cue ball bounce off the rack and curve forward. A lot of times it'll make it to the rail. This time my cue ball got hit by some other balls and stopped in an advantageous position. So, got a couple of shots to choose from. We'll do a little rack analysis. Real easy to see that I want to keep one of these balls here, probably for a break ball. This is the biggest problem on the table. All the other balls open nicely. I've only got 3 balls in the rack area. They're not, once the 6 is gone, this ball's accessible this way. This one can go this way. That's not a huge problem. Not too worried about it. Both of these balls go in this pocket. This is a super easy combination, although I will want to hopefully be able to control the 4 ball here. When I shoot that combination, probably would want to keep this ball on the rail so that I don't have to play position from the combination. I can just hold the cue ball here. We'll see what develops. But the big thing on my mind is these 2 balls right here. When you have 2 tied up balls on the rail like this, what you're looking for is probably one of these balls. You're looking for a cut shot into this corner pocket where you can have an angle below it and just send the cue ball up in there. I would prefer to leave the 2 ball here, because if you, let's say the cue ball's here and you're cutting the 5, you run into those, you don't have to do anything with the cue ball. The 2 ball's next. It's your insurance ball, obviously. We all know about insurance balls. It looks to, now I don't have that angle. And so it looks to me, I'm looking at the 2 ball. And so my plan is to shoot the 2 ball and come over here and get that angle on the 5 to run into those 2 balls. There's probably no reason to delay. We can get those balls open. There's really no trouble on the table. So that's what your focus is right now. Reserving one of those as a break ball and then opening the 7-3. So I've got my angle. Now, let me hit pause real quick. When I'm going into these balls, what I don't want to do, I don't think, is go underneath the 7. Maybe I'm wrong, but if you go under the 7, you're going to kick the 7 out. And then either the cue ball is going to stay there, in which case you're not going to have a shot if it freezes up against the 3, or the cue ball is going to go into the 3 and push the 3 that way. That would be fine, because then the cue ball would probably stay here and I'd have a shot on the 3 in the upper right corner. The way I'm looking at it is one of my next shot is going to be one of these 2 balls. So in other words, what I'm trying to do is go to the rail and hit the bottom of the 7. That's going to, these only need to be tapped a little bit and they're separated. And then the cue ball is going to go off the 7 in this direction, hopefully. And I'll have a shot on one of these balls. If it doesn't come far enough, I'll have a shot on the 6 or the 14. But I'd rather not shoot the 14 because that's my break ball, obviously. So that's the plan. And here's the result. I missed the 7 completely and the cue ball's up table. Now the theme of this Rack of the Week is don't stop believing. Because right now you may be thinking, oh man, my odds of getting through this wonderful rack just went from 95% down to like 30%. Don't stop believing. It's just another shot. You look at this shot. If my cue ball was on the same angle, if it was right here, am I going to miss the shot? No, I'm not going to miss it. Well, don't miss it back here then either. Well, but it's such a long shot. Well, what do you do? What do you do to pocket the ball when the cue ball's here? You sight to the pocket, you find your aiming point, you align to it, you get down in the shot, you focus on the aim point, and then you shoot. What do you do different when the cue ball's back here? Nothing. Just realize it's the same shot. Yes, your accuracy has to be better because the cue ball's traveling a longer distance. So you've got to focus a little bit more on that aim point. and give it, we want 2 seconds in our final pause. Make sure you do that. You're focusing on that point and you're giving your subconscious mind time to make sure it's locked on before you pull the trigger. But don't stop believing. Just believe this is the same as any other shot and just deliver your cue. Now, I'll admit, I wasn't trying to control the cue ball very much. I wasn't playing very much position. I just knew the cue ball was going to go to the bottom rail and up, and I'm probably going to have a shot. Now, so I got through that. Don't stop believing. Now, I want to, my focus is back to these 2 balls. How am I going to get those balls open? I might have to shoot the 14 ball to get them open, and then in that case, the 9 ball here is going to be my break ball. But I believe what I'm looking at now is the cue ball is going to go to the bottom rail. I forget what I do here. Let's play it and see. I might be, playing for the 8 ball next. Okay, that's fine. Oh, okay. I played for the 8 ball on purpose because the 8 ball is the next best ball. You send the cue ball straight up here. Same thing. I want to hit the rail first and into the bottom of the 7. And I do the same exact thing. I go past the 7 without even coming near and hit it. And now I have the same type of shot. Again, I'm not really playing a lot of position. I know the cue ball is going to go to the rail and bounce up. Just don't stop believing. Just have faith. And I've got it. I've got a shot on the 6, rather. Now comes the really interesting part of this rack. I have an angle on the 6. If the 14 wasn't there, I could easily go into those balls. But the 14's in the way. What do? In fact, it's hard to send the cue ball anywhere without hitting that 14. I consider for a moment sending the cue ball this way because I can play 2 rails. I can come down to center table for the 9 or maybe down for the 14 to then go into them. That's a possibility. But I'm looking at this and I'm realizing what I realized was with a stop shot on the 6, I have an angle or close to an angle on the 13 that I can bump the 1 over to make a break ball. And more importantly, then my cue ball's right here with the angle on the 14 to run into those. I decide that that's my highest percentage play, which means I need to bank the 6. Then I can hold my cue ball here for that angle. So that's what I do. And the theme is don't stop believing. I need to get the 7-3 open. I don't want to wait to the end of the rack. If you wait to the end of the rack, you can play safe if you don't get them open. But I want to keep the run going. So I'm playing the offensive shot. The cue ball's in a perfect position. It's not that hard of a bank. Same as those 2 long shots I just made. You put your efforts into focusing on it because I don't have to do anything with the cue ball. It makes it a very high percentage shot. Now I can shoot the 13 in the side. I want position on the 14 more than making a break ball. Oh, wow. Yeah, and as it is, I hit that a little too firmly. Now, hey, look at this. I can leave the 14 ball there and go into those 2 balls with this stripe instead of the 14. Now, same thing. If I hit that full, the cue ball comes this way or on the bottom. I'm going to have a shot on the 1. That's good. I'd like to shoot the 1 next because it blocks the pocket for the 9. Then I'll have the 9, the 3, and the 7 left, and all 3 balls are above the break ball, above my 14. So I think things are looking up right here. Let's see what happens now. Oh my goodness. I overdid it. And in my efforts to not go under the 7, I went way above it. So for the 3rd time, don't stop believing. Now, look at this. The 1 ball blocks the pocket for the 9. Now, a stop shot on the 7 gives me a shot on the 3 in the side easily. And from there, I can shoot the 1. But then, how am I going to get on the 7? I'll have to draw the cue ball this way. I mean, how am I going to get on the 9? I'll have to draw the cue ball this way, and then go around the 14. That's okay if I can get there. Or I could shoot the 1 ball and come back and forth to get on the 7. So I like the fact that I'm going to be shooting these 3 balls and preserving the 2 break shots, because either the 2 break shots can be used as a key ball for the other. You know, if I get a shot on the 14, I can go around the 9, and then I'm on the 9 ball for a break shot. But again, I don't have to do a lot with the cue ball. Just focus on this ball. Now, I let the cue ball slide too far. So that kind of changes things a little bit. I can't do a stop shot on the 3. I don't consider this for this reason. I could shoot the 3 now. Then I have to go this way to get on the 1. Now you got to get from the 1. I would probably have to, come up there and then shoot the 9 to go across table, or shoot the 1 and come over here, and then I have that angle to shoot the 14 and come around. What I'm doing right now is deciding. I'm still on the 14 ball as my break ball, and the 3 is the key ball. But I decided I'm going to approach it from the other side. Since I hit that 7 ball poorly and slid forward, I'm going to go back and forth to get on the 9 ball, because then from the 9, it's easy to transition to the 3, and they're close enough that I can get straight on the 3, roll forward to here, and I'm on the 14 ball for the break shot. The point I'm making here is, how many times has my plan changed? Like 5 or 6 times. What do you do when that happens? Don't stop believing. Just keep. I've got reasonable shots. There's no trouble balls. Just keep believing that you're going to make the ball and get position, even though I've messed up position like 4 times already. So here we go. 1 ball cross table for the 9. And make that 5 times I messed up position. And what do? You know what it is. Don't stop believing. Okay, so now the 9 ball has to be my break ball. So notice that I'm not just bending over to shoot. Think about your options. I actually could shoot the 3, break the rack with the 14. All I've got to do is roll forward a little bit. Then I can shoot the 9 in and just come over here to the top area above the rack. And I can shoot the 14, come off the rail and go into that. I'm just stating that as a possibility. That's one option that you need to look at. The other option is shoot the 3, draw back to here, and then I can shoot the 14 and go around the 9 ball. I like that less because you're coming in at a sharp angle, which means you're coming off at a sharp angle. And so getting that angle and the speed control right is very difficult. You can come too far real easily and get straight in, or be too tentative and end up with the cue ball right here and you don't have a shot on the 9 at all. It's when you're going around your break ball, it's better if the ball that you're shooting is at least at the center table over here. Then you're coming on a shallow angle to come around your break ball. It's much easier to get good position. So I don't want to do that either, but I'm thinking through each of these options. So the other option, which I did choose, is the 2 rails on my key ball. So I'm going to shoot the 3 and roll forward. Then I shoot the 14 and you come 1 rail, 2 rails, and out. And that's a lot more manageable. You get your speed control correct. You just come off this rail and get some kind of a good angle on the 9 ball. So again, don't stop believing. I'm playing through each of those scenarios. You look at the table right now, and I can shoot the 3 and draw, shoot the 3 and go forward. I guess I'll point out the other option that I could do right now is to shoot the 14 and go around the 9 to get on the 3, and then from the 3 I can draw back. I don't mind that one. That's my second favorite. And a lot of times you're going to end up with too short, and you have to send the cue ball to the head rail, spin to the side rail, and then into the break ball position. That's fine as well. None of these are ideal end patterns, but like I said, when things don't work out, don't stop believing and work it out. Think through your options and then decide. None of these shots are that difficult, so you can keep the faith on whatever you decide to do. Now, I messed this shot up just a moment ago. I ran into the 14 when I came across table on the 1. So I have more confidence now that I'm going to hit it right this second time I have this chance. And there's some really good speed control. You're playing speed to the rail and off. I got an ideal angle on the 9 ball. This is almost the same break shot that opened up the rack. It's a nice high break ball. We're going to start calling these Shaw balls. Jason Shaw break shots. High and outside with an inside angle. Now, I don't have an inside angle. I'm kind of flat. So this time my cue ball's not going to bounce off and go around. I don't think. It's probably going to go here and down to the bottom rail, unless I was shooting with draw. Doesn't look like it. Oh, it did bounce around. So that was a follow stroke. And again, it hit them full, bounced up, and then the follow made it curve forward. Really great result. This one's not quite as good as the previous one. 5 balls in the rack area and the rest of them perimeter balls on all sides of the table. That's an ideal rack and good opportunity to continue the run. Hope you liked that and got something out of it. Remember, don't stop believing, and also play it straight. See you next week on Rack of the Week, and we're going to talk about another game. Let's see, I've done 1 pocket and 10 ball and 9 ball, so I don't know what we'll go to next. Probably do another 10 ball, but we'll see. Leave a suggestion if you have something you're interested in. See ya. Bye.